Look at what is happening in the world of sports, where the Victoria Cup continues to captivate golf fans as Uganda has extended its lead after exciting. Across the country, that is in regards to the WRC Safari Rally, the third series in the WRC global competition. The 2025 WRC Safari Rally comes to a close on Sunday in Naivasha, Nakuru County. The closing ceremony will take place at the Hell's Gate, and our sports gurus Tony Kwaland and Freda Rocho are currently at the KCB Den at the Sleeping Warrior in Kikopey, where thousands of fans are currently enjoying the thrills and spills of the race. And of course, as I have mentioned, Tony Kwaland and Freda Rocho are currently stationed at that particular area to ensure that TV47 viewers and fans alike are able to enjoy and also be part of that particular action, even without being there. Remember, the competition ends tomorrow on Sunday, and of course I do understand our very own Tony Kwalanda is at the scene. Tony Kwalanda, if you can get me, tell us what is happening at this particular moment. You do understand already the Japanese guy, I don't know the name is quite tricky to to be quite honest, Takatumbo something, he has led in the SS13. Where you are at the moment, what is happening and what are we expecting this particular afternoon and going on into Sunday?
Indeed, as we've just rightfully heard there, we are coming to you live all the way in Naivasha in Nakuru County. Specifically, let me actually get into it. We are at that very famous place known as Kikopey. When you're in Kikopey, it's of course one of the towns along the Nakuru-Nairobi highway. Now that is the place where you branch. If you're coming from Nairobi, you branch on your left and come straight. You will find this very marvelous, exciting stages, one of the stages of the 2025 WRC Safari Rally known as Sleeping Warrior. Like, clearly, we have not been sleeping since yesterday, since we landed here in Sleeping Warrior. Just to give you the very latest that is happening here in the WRC Safari Rally. Remember, we are at the penultimate stage of this particular competition 2025. Tomorrow is the big day when we know who exactly has won the competition. Now, so we are in this very wonderful, how should I call it? KCB. It's not how I call it. It's known as the KCB Dome. This place is huge, humongous, able to take thousands of fans, hundreds of fans, mix of men, women, young children, families, dignitaries who have converged here at this KCB Den, one of the most spectacular watching areas for the KCB WRC Safari Rally here in Nakuru County. I'm just walking you through. This time, of course, we are taking a break. Remember, even the drivers are taking their usual break from their morning shift of entertaining the fans who have thronged in the different sections, the 21 sections of the WRC Safari Rally. And as the drivers definitely take their lunch and just get to stretch themselves up and enjoy that particular siesta before getting into the afternoon grueling sections. Remember, they are going, of course, starting at Sleeping Warrior, going to Elementaita and Soisambu. It's those three sections, of course, cumulatively go to about 150 kilometers cumulatively here in Nakuru County. So as you can see clearly, as the cars are resting, as we're waiting for the first cars to come and make, of course, the afternoon session, even the fans, families, the crowds here, thousands of them are having their of course, a lunch as they wait for themselves, of course, to engage into the afternoon sector of this particular competition. Remember, some of our drivers, of course, the Kenyan local drivers, have had some very difficult challenges in this particular competition. My very good friend, who everybody was looking forward to, that is the Africa Rally champion, defending champion Karan Patel. Apparently, his Ford Fiesta sucked in the fesh, the fesh dust that, of course, choked up the engine, and then that was the end of Karan Patel's rally. A host of other drivers as well have also had very difficult situations, and now we are looking forward to our very own young lady competitor. It is, of course, the mother and daughter sort of duel in the cockpit of that particular Subaru Impreza that they're using. It's our only, of course, hope at this particular competition. That is Tinashe Gatimu together with the mother, Carol Gatimu. So here, some of the international drivers who are really going for the championship or the 25 points or the top position in the third leg of the WRC calendar. Some of them, of course, we are looking at the likes of, that is Oit Tanak from Estonia, who most people, of course, are saying some of the favorites. We are also looking towards Kalle Rovanpera, who is the defending champion of this particular WRC Safari Rally. Also, Thierry Neville, who is the world champion, also facing a couple of challenges as a driver in this very grueling, toughest competition in the WRC calendar. The likes of the Toyota driver, that is Takamoto Katsuta, also is enjoying this difficult outing here in Kenya. Remember also, Takamoto will be hoping to be making this particular competition a happy hunting ground for him, because remember, he's also celebrating, it's a belated birthday sort of. So the Toyota driver is also looking indeed to leave a mark at this particular competition. The series leader, Elphys Evans from Great Britain, is also a driver to look out, an international driver in the main category of the WRC Safari Rally. Now, I've just heard there's a press conference that the CS for Sports, Salim Vuria, just held earlier on at a press briefing at the main media center in Naivasha, and he has said that the government will commit, actually will bid for the other WRC competitions. Remember, this particular contract with the FIA to host this competition ends next year in 2026. However, the government, through the CS for Sports, has insisted that indeed this competition will be there in the forthcoming future, which means, of course, the government will send a nice delegation to go and present their bid to the FIA. So definitely that gives hope to the country in terms of boosting of tourism. Remember also, drivers get to nurture their talent. Remember, the reason why we are here as TV 47, as Radio 47, and also as Digital 47 is because we have partnered with KCB as the official media partners. And remember, KCB has been in motorsport for the longest time I can remember, in terms of giving drivers an opportunity to explore their talent and also in nurturing motorsport talent. This year alone, KCB has pumped 209 million Kenya shillings into this particular competition. 23 million Kenya shillings has gone to 4 drivers who are also participating in this particular event. So KCB is definitely at the forefront of ensuring that motorsport continues being one of the most popular sports in Kenya. Remember, just to tell you the seriousness of this sport, is that Kenya is the only African nation that is hosting one round of the World Rally Championship. Not South Africa, not Morocco, not Algeria. Kenya is hosting one of the 14 legs of the World Rally Championship. That is humongous. And according to the organizers, we are told that over 8 billion people watch this competition across the world. You can imagine the kind of marketing that Kenya is receiving by just hosting this particular event. We understand, of course, about 980 million Kenya shillings was used or is being used to host this particular competition. So definitely we are looking how much the government will commit in the following years, especially in 2026, but the government has squeezed this budget. You remember in the last edition, it was about 2 billion, but now they're getting into below the 1 billion mark in terms of hosting this particular competition. Now, remember, we have our very own junior world rally champion, my very good friend Hamza Anwar, who is also flying Kenya's flag high in this particular competition. We have the likes of Pauline Shegu, a journalist like myself, who is also together with Lynette Ayuko participating in this competition, just giving a chance and hope to you as a lady to take part in this particular competition. So motorsport is just not only reserved for men, also ladies can participate in this sport, and not only just being drivers or navigators, but also indirectly. You can be a marshal, you can take part, of course, in the organization of particular events, you can organize other local events in different forms, because motorsport is varied and of course can cut across different kinds of machines that you can use for motorsport. So remember, we are here as the official media partners of the KCB WRC Safari Rally, and we are pitched camp here at Sleeping Warrior. It is a very beautiful site. Actually, I'm sure my very good friend cameraman can actually take it. The Sleeping Warrior, the reason why it's called Sleeping Warrior, there's a very beautiful topographical mount, a hill that sort of looks like a warrior who is lying down. That's why they call it Sleeping Warrior. One of the most difficult sections in this particular competition. Remember, tomorrow is the D-Day, the final day of this particular competition. And remember, it will be held at Hell's Gate. And Hell's Gate is in Naivasha, for those who know very well. That's a very famous place where we'll be having that particular time trial stage for the drivers. And then definitely we shall be having the ceremonial finish and also the award for the top drivers in the different categories in this particular competition. So here, definitely, we shall be here to show you and give you everything about the spills and thrills of the WRC.
Well, in Tony Kwalanda's fashion,